Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We are back with another episode of A Wrinkle in Time. I'm playing the nation MA-Agartha, and it is turn 5, and we are still in the phase of initial expansion. We have a few battles here, one in the Chilled Caverns, and you can see there's a bunch of Bakemono, plus a few Kooni. We make pretty quick work of them. Okay. So I think we took no losses, and we killed all those guys. Not bad. My guys stuck together as opposed to the previous battle where they didn't. Here we have my little ragtag band of a few of my initial army that are still alive. I'm trying to take one more province before... or maybe two, if I get really lucky here. Okay, we get a little split up here, and yeah, those heavy infantry are just as good as my guys, if not better. 16 protection, 12 defense. Heavy infantry aren't bad. They're not good, but they're not bad. And so versus my guys, who are not bad either, they won there with heavy numbers. Okay, more bad events, which is very typical of my games. I typically take luck scales, and then I get shitty events like this. It's really annoying. I mean, one thing is your chance of getting bad events are higher, I think. Not totally sure. I think they may be higher with Turmoil luck, just because you're going to have more events in general. But where are the good events, guys? Come on, devs. Okay, so we have a group of 10 now. This is my biggest group of Shard Guard. And we're going to send them in versus the cavemen, and hopefully they kill everybody. But we'll see. They may not. This group of 6, which is now getting to the critical 5. Once you get less than 5, you start taking morale checks every time you take damage. So, don't know how much mileage I'll get out of these guys, but hopefully I get some. Deer Tribe are pretty shitty, though. So, these 6 definitely will be able to kill them, but the question is, do I take any losses? And we will find out the answer to that. Meanwhile, we are back to recruiting as many as we can. We're back to Earth Readers. I want to start... This is going to be enough mages of my good guys, really, for a while. I'm just going to do Earth Readers, and eventually I'll switch to Oracles. The Underground is kind of poor in terms of income. Like, this is 17, 24, 59. Like, these are really bad. And this is only 59 because it has a gold deposit on it. Right? I mean, such bad income. So a lot of my initial expansions wasted. I think the last time I played MA-Agartha I actually played on this map, but I started up here, which was nice because I had a ton of income, but it was bad because some of your national spells need caves. So we'll see. It's a blessing and a curse starting in the cave. Nobody's going to want to fight me in here, but it's really bad income. So, the other important thing of note is we researched enchantment, which means I'm going to turn these guys into casting a 10 of statues, and I get 2 for 4 Earth Gems, and I've got quite a few Earth Gems. I'll be able to cast another round next turn, which will give me a grand total of 8. And 8 of these guys can definitely take an Indie province. Potentially expand underwater too, if I were to get an aquatic mage, which is really only my Oracle. So we will see. I think that was turn 5, so we're going to load up turn 6. We have a message from Venaris, greetings on being my first neighbor. So it means we... and then Venaris, the player who's playing him, is Calavan, who I've played with many times, and he's a good player. So, gotta be a little careful, don't want him to come jump me. The good thing is nobody really wants to fight me in the caves. Okay, there, I'm spoiling the battle results. Okay, so this is my big Shard Guard army going in against cavemen. And cavemen are going to do pretty well versus these guys because they have high damage attacks. They'll get murdered, but they'll do a lot of damage. They're kind of like the barbarians of the underground. They're going to die easily, but they're going to do a lot of damage as they go. And then this is versus Wolf Tribe. Should not be a problem. Hopefully I take no losses. It's important too, if you can see the arrows, there's like a miss radius around them. So you want your priest out of it, because one bad arrow will ruin your game. And unfortunately, they didn't get in a perfect line, which means you can end up taking significantly more damage. Okay, we got blood slaves. That's kind of cool. A warlock has been caught red-handed. His virgin followers are now kept in my dungeon. Thank you. So that's actually really good. It's going to open up getting into blood, which blood's really good on this nation. It will give me access to a bunch of things. One is these are all the paths for the devils. So if you get one of these guys empowered in blood, he can make your bloodstones, which are a great item. And it allows you to potentially later, when you have a ton of research, go into blood. So definitely probably going to do that now, especially that because your first 50 are the hardest to get. So this gives me a good jump start on empowering somebody into blood, which is something that I have done before with MA-Agartha, but normally I only start really late in the game, and it's kind of too late. You have to kind of plan on giving up some income early and get a good jump start on it if you want to do it. So that is turn 6. In terms of orders, we're going to take this ragtag band of 2 back. These guys, we have a bunch of different options to expand. I want to get... I imagine there's a nation up here. There's one over here. This is where Vanarus is. So I want to get this little area cordoned off, which hopefully, you know, will be innocent enough, and nobody's going to want to... Because what could happen is they just push me back in the caves. Which would happen, I think, if I, like, split. If I went up here and I split this nation off from this nation so that if he wants to attack this way or this guy wants to attack this way, they have to go through me. So I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to leave this path open and then ideally get as much... Like, if I got this, though, that would be huge. I don't think Vanarus will let me get to it because he's closer. But yeah. So we're moving those guys down. We're gonna go ahead and try to take this with these guys. Now I may lose because these guys really hurt. Like they hurt a lot. I'm definitely gonna take losses here, but hopefully it works. Meanwhile, I'm getting more Earth Readers and then more Shard Guard, and so this army will probably come down here, and then I'll try to clear out the rest of the caves. Soon, not now, I'm going to try to expand up this way with an Oracle. But I'll need probably 15 or more, especially if I'm going to take the throne, the province after. 15 or more Shard Guard. So that is kind of the plan for now. That's the end of turn 6. Let's go ahead and load up turn 7. Turn 7, we have a few battles. This is against the Shades Underground. So if we're going to go ahead and look at these real quick. You can see they have really good stats, right? 13, 15, very good, and they're ethereal. And high defense on ethereal is particularly good. And they have these Drain Strength, which is an armor negating attack, which is going to do 13 damage. So these guys actually are really good versus high armor units. You fit 3 of them per square. These guys are similar. It's not an armor negating attack. In fact, these will be good. I can summon these. These will be good to put at the cave entrances and have them on patrol, especially if they try to send thugs or something inside my underground. We have a Shade Lord here, which is kind of cool. I don't think there's a way to get those with spells. I could be mistaken. And then you have these guys who are kind of cool too. Kind of cool. If I lose some guys here, it will be for a good cause. Fighting the... The good thing is I have magic weapons, so I will be able to go through the etherealness. But you can see they do a lot of damage. Now hopefully, and I got banishment too. But they have high defense, so I'm going through etherealness, but yeah, you can see I'm still taking significant losses. Hopefully I get a rout soon. What are the morale these guys have? 12 morale, so they are routable. They must have high MR too, because they're... My banishment is not doing much here. This one guy sitting... Okay, we've reinforced. It's better when you have 2 per square. Oh man, if I win, it's just going to be by the skin of my teeth. Oh, we got the route. Okay, so that was really, really close. Really close. Could have gone either way. But hey guys, you gotta live by the seat of your pants a little bit. It might have been worth waiting one more turn and going in with a bigger group. These guys have a fair amount of leadership. They can take up to 40, so I could have waited. But I would have had to have waited 2 turns, so it's probably better to risk it. And then, lucky me, it's a tiny, tiny group of pale ones here. Because this group of 4 probably couldn't take much else, and pale ones are not only crappy troops, but there's hardly any of them. So, and look, this is a crappy province. 25 income. Nothing. Like, these whole, like, all 3 of these is equivalent to getting 1 normal above-ground province. So, really, really crappy income. So we're going to send these guys in. We've got a bunch of Shard Guard plus 8 of these golems, which we're going to send here, and then we will have them run in here. And hopefully these guys will do some good work. And is that it? This group, we can see, was also successful. Oh, did I show this battle? No, I didn't. Okay, this was the second battle. So this is just crappy indies, which are Shard Guard's specialty. High protection indies like this will, like heavy infantry, Shard Guard do not care. And they're going to continue downwards. I could go here. In fact, this might have been the better move. It would have cordoned off more territory for me. But Horse Tribe are actually pretty good. They have lances in addition to their bows, and this is only 6 units, so it's very possible I would lose it. And if I lost this expansion army, I would basically... So this would be a huge gamble. If I got this, and I think Vanarus has access to some stealthy units and whatnot that I might not be able to detect here, so it's possible we could bump. If I lost this, I'm basically going to give up all of this. Like, he's going to get everything. And if I take the more conservative route and go down here, I'm definitely going to have at least something. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come down this way. He's taking this, which is kind of annoying because I kind of want that province. Anything else? You can see I'm starting to recruit an Oracle to lead my underwater expansion. I've got... This next group will basically go underwater. I'm going to have this one guy sitting here continuing to reanimate. I'm going to put all my Earth Gems into a tin of statue for the time being. And then I'm running up Conjuration. Getting Enchantment 1 was nice. Now I'm going to run up Conjuration probably all the way till 5, because that will allow me to summon a bunch of cool stuff, both underwater once I have these water mages with water elementals, and above ground with earth elementals. It's kind of the better early game thing. I do want to go up Enchantment, but Enchantment's really going to play out for more for me in the mid game. Conjuration is going to be much better early game, and in case I get rushed by one of these guys, I would love to put out a bunch of earth elementals onto these human-sized units. Okay, so I think that's it. This is what, that was turn 7 or 6? That was turn 6. I think it's on to turn 7. No, that was turn 7. It's on to turn 8. So turn 8, these are the crappy pale ones we're attacking. And this should just be a murder, even though my guys are all crippled up. Yeah, but you see they couldn't probably take much more than that. I took a fair amount of damage against the pale ones. Here we are attacking these crappy indies. And that's going to be a massacre. We had a few events. Let's see if they're finally good. Okay, we got a good gym event. And another gym event. So that's nice. Now these troops are in position, so we can send all of these guys in. I've got these guys on a flank. I kind of don't want them to engage as much. Like, I would rather have the regenerating guys take the brunt of the damage, especially versus these high damage guys. See, I've got cavemen too. Cavemen, I've gotten really unlucky kind of underground. These are like the worst guys to fight. Troglodytes, ugh. Cavemen, double ugh. You know, these can... Normally, these statues are invulnerable to... they're essentially invulnerable to, like, chaff-like indies. Like, they can sit there and get hit on all day and take 1 or 2 damage. But versus cavemen, they can actually kill them quite efficiently. So, not really ideal at all. You know, actually these statues would be far better off just saving them and sending them underwater where their invulnerability could be useful. So, anyway, we're continuing with the Oracle. We're getting more of these guys. We're expanding with this group into this Archer province, which will cordon off this one. Unfortunately, though, it's late fall, so this will be cold, which means I can't go up this mountain pass for some time. Not until summer. And then I have a scout province too, which is quite nice, so I'm going to start recruiting scouts and having them take a look around. We have a throne here too. This throne looks kind of tough. It's a heavy cav, which I've got to be a little careful with. This one will be much easier, even though it looks like it's maybe a throne, like a level 2 throne. So I think that's it for now. We'll basically have this battle next turn. I'm going to go real quick into what the thrones of the game are. So we have a throne of bureaucracy. So this gives you order, which would be nice because I took I took turmoil. So I would not mind getting that. Throne of fortune, I already have luck, so that would be okay, but not great, mostly for the gem income. Throne of misfortune would give me a nice astral income, but it would kind of drain off some of my luck, but that might be okay. Throne of zeal, morale, not that big of a deal. Throne of storms, this would be quite nice, especially versus Vanarus. Vanarus has good air magic, and being able to get my blessed troops shock resistance would be quite nice. Throne of might, not that big of a deal. Throne of autumn, magic pass I already have. I already have death, so this isn't really a bummer. And then I always like earth income. Throne of winter, this one spawns a bunch of water sites around you, so if I got this throne plus all the surrounding sites, that would be a big deal. Mage of winter is not really new paths for me. Throne of law, more order. Like if I got the throne of law and bureaucracy, that would be nice. Brass throne, this would be great to get. Earth and fire I can definitely use, as well as more gem income. And then throne of night, this is actually more a liability, not for me, but if somebody else gets it, and they have good sacreds, they will be able to invade my underground. Not something I'd be excited about. Okay, so that was turn 8. I'm going to go ahead and load up turn 9. That'll be the last turn for this episode. Boom! Look at that. 3 magic sites. We found hidden gem deposits. That's a gold site. Trapped lights. I think that's a fire site. And then Imperial Quarry, which is an earth site. Very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's go look at the battles real quick. We have a messenger from Ashdod. Thank you for the info, but I didn't receive any gems. I have a word with my messenger if I were you. Oh. So I think I'd probably send him a fire gem this turn. I meant, normally when I greet people, I send them a gem, just as a token of goodwill. But I must have forgotten. I haven't been going through any of my diplomacy, but I'll start doing that. Okay, so here's this battle versus crappy archers, which Shardguard are quite good against. Yeah, this is going to be just a massacre. Yeah, okay. This is our underground battle versus the Troglodytes. Okay, we murdered them. Fortunately, there weren't many of them. I might have still taken a loss. Yeah, I lost a statue. Quite unfortunate. You can see, I mean, that was only one turn of attack. So, then we had an unexpected event. I got some water gems. I will take that. So expansion is going kind of according to plan. We are going to move these guys here, another crappy province, which I will definitely take. I could have taken this. You know, Vanarus hasn't really made a move on it. It would have been good to take, especially if it was only 10 horse tribe. I might have been able to take it. That may have been the smarter gamble. It's probably a high-income province, which right now my income's really shitty. So, like, one good high-income province helps a lot. Alright, we're going to go in versus these guys here. These cavemen. Damn them. We are also moving this oracle out to hopefully... I haven't scripted him yet, but to take this and then potentially that. Depending on who is there. Yeah, so that's about it for this turn. And we are right at the 20-minute mark. So thanks, everyone. Initial expansion's winding down. I have a few more provinces to get, so next episode will be the end of initial expansion. And thanks, everyone, for watching.